Yesterday, just as I expected, I came across one of Nigeria's biggest church leaders declaring 100 days of fasting for Nigeria. He said the country will soon experience peace after the church's 100-day fast is over. Now, it will be completely delusional to think that these people do not know that these prayers and fasting absolutely do nothing to improve Nigeria's trajectory. Yet every new year, we start with these prayers for a better Nigeria. So I'm asking this morning, what more do you want God to do for Nigeria? Because if nations across the world were to argue as to who is God's favorite child, Nigeria will undoubtedly be seen as one of God's favorite children. God gave Nigeria everything, way more natural and human resources than most countries on earth. Arable land, no natural disasters, fantastic weather for agriculture, some of the most brilliant minds on earth, a people with the skills to thrive in any part of the world that we have found. God didn't fail Nigeria one bit. Nigerians failed Nigeria. God gave this nation fertile soil, rivers that flow like veins through the heart of the nation. Nigeria is not lacking in blessings that we need to pray for. It is instead drowning in gross mismanagement. So again, what more do you want God to do for Nigeria as you fast for 100 days? What more is God meant to do for our country? To choose your leaders for you? To help you jail your corrupt politicians? To help you properly utilize all the vast resources that He has already blessed us with? There's almost no nation on the continent that should have been at par with Nigeria in development and quality of life for its citizens. If you think about just the wealth we should have from oil alone, take a look at what other countries have done with their own oil wealth. Think of what the Niger Delta alone could look like if we managed our resources better. So stop praying to God to bless Nigeria. He's already blessed us beyond what we could ever imagine. And again, when you are calling on God to save Nigeria, what exactly do you want Him to do? God is not going to run your elections for you. He's not going to run your justice system for you. He will not create a better constitution for Nigeria. All of those things were left for you to handle as Nigerians, the best that you could. But instead, we've allowed the worst to rule over us. We've placed tribe and religion over prosperity as a nation. We've allowed the destruction of our institutions by our fellow citizens. God didn't abandon Nigeria. Nigerians instead have laid our bed this way, and so we must lay on it. Your National Assembly members are singing on your mandate, we shall stand. One state governor cannot read his own budget figures. One state governor paid his children's school fees till graduation and is currently being welcomed home like a hero. Where do you want God to step in here? If your governor can't read his own budget figures, what do you want God to do in a situation like that? Again, we have laid our bed. Let us lie on it. Good morning, Nigerians.
That was a brilliant submission and questions being asked. These are questions the follower of the pastors are supposed to ask their pastors. Every year, 100 days fasting. Every year, 100 days fasting. Some will declare 70 days, while some will declare 40 days, while some will declare 21 days. And the questions the follower who are partaking in this fasting do not ask is, why are we fasting this much? For the questions that this narrator asked, I think most of us know what the answers are. Number one, the pastors need to declare fasting for their members because at the beginning of the year, they have to pay first fruits. So the essence of the fasting is so they will not feel the pangs of hunger after they are dropping their January salary because they have to live for the next 2-3 months. Managing is something that I have partook several years as a member of one of these churches. Also, the pastors need to take the eyes of the members away from the fact that things are not working by giving them hope upon hope every year. They need to take their attention away from the fact that so they will not think the government is not doing the right thing, and they also are not doing the right thing. For example, the way we have so much hunger in that country, there is a particular church, not only him, so many churches that are building with billions of dollars in that country. And you wonder what advantage is that building giving to humanity or to the society, other than people go on Sunday, still drop their money and go back home and hoping upon hope that tomorrow is going to be okay. So that is the norm. Nigeria truly is one of the most blessed countries all over the world. We have good weather, good resources, money, good brains, even though we have brain drain now that are relocating abroad, which is better for them. And the pastors know. They don't even say the truth to the power that be. Not only that, they mingle, wine with the power. They roll with the powers. Then we wonder who is fooling who. Is it the political leaders, the political class that is fooling the people, or the pastors that are helping the political class to fool the people? Because these people keep going. Some have programs, 10 days program. Nigeria, it is time to turn around. The siege is over. It is your time to shine. It is your time to break through. And they give different slogans to their program to hype their followers and give them false hope. And these people keep going into their shrine. Every day, every year. Most of them just finished some program in December. This January now, they've started outlining a lot of programs for their members as well too. And the members are gearing up. As they are fasting, they are still praying. They still have to go to the prayer houses to go and drop money. Then you wonder if Nigeria is the most worst country. Then the God of Nigeria, where is he? Is he sleeping or is snoring? If he's snoring by now, we should have woken up. For the past 50-something years, we've been praying about the situation of the country. At least I can remember vividly for the past 30-something years, almost 40 years, I was partaker of the people that have been praying for Nigeria. And here we still are praying for the country. Indeed, which way Nigeria? The people that have the money that are supposed to help. Somebody like Dangote has employed thousands of people with his industry, instead of our pastors who have the money that are collected from the people to build industries. They are building more churches. That is to say, we will pray. We will continue to pray in that country because the people that are supposed to help out do not care. They are still collecting and even adding more hardship for the people by telling them to fast. At the end of the day, these people that are fasting will end up nursing ulcer in their lives. Later in life, they may not know the implication of their fasting now. So we will continue to fast and pray. Mr. Speaker, you have really spoken well. But unfortunately, the members of these pastors, they don't see what we see. All they see is their God of man, and touch not my anointed. Even though this anointed do not care for them. Down to the political class. The political class are there stealing money meant for the masses. And we still find these political classes being embraced by pastors, being embraced by church leaders. Many of them, they are boasting today that the money they use in buying jets is not from tithe and offering. Then the question is, where is the money they are using to buy private jets, to build their universities? Where did the money come from? It's just that Nigeria is a country where we refuse to say the truth to ourselves. You can't just wake up and have such money and you will tell us it is not from church, it is not from offering and tithe. Then where did it come from? Is it from loan? Is it from where? If it is from loan, it should be traced to a certain bank. Where did the money come from? We see political classes donating money to churches. A particular governor in a particular state donated about 50 million. Nobody is questioning to a church. Is that how it is done in normal country? Can an individual in America go to a church and donate 100 million, and it will not be picked up. We are only deceiving ourselves in that country. Until the day we are ready to tell ourselves the truth and embrace the truth, Nigeria is going nowhere. So the question of which way Nigeria, no way Nigeria. Nigeria stay stagnant or going backwards. No way. The youths are graduating every year, no job. They are out there. A graduate, a master's holder is doing keke maruwa and doing all sorts of rubbish job that they are not supposed to do as graduates. And we fold as we are looking. And some people are using billions of money to build churches, despite having an existing one. Even their schools, the members cannot afford. And they are not even thinking of making it affordable for them. They even said God told them to increase the school fees. And these are the people by January giving their members to go and fast for 100 days. The question is it fasting that got them to where they are today? The pastors. But the members cannot, their brains are caged already. Sorry to use that word, but it is just what it is. Their brains are caged, they can't think. So, aluta continua. The question we fail to ask ourselves is, how many fasting are the developed world fasting? How many times have they been fasting? Do they even fast in developed world for their country to be okay? But Nigerian pastors know they have the members under their feet. So it's easy for them to control them and say, go and fast for 100 days after collecting first fruits, after collecting all their money in December. And they know January is not always easy for anybody. So they declare fasting. So they will not know they've dropped a lot of money during their programs in December. And the January 1st fruit they will collect from them. So that is the trick.